Welcome to the July edition of Special Olympics Rhode Island magazine. My name is Michael Bullock. Joining me today are Ryan Blake and Victoria Berman, students from Cranston West High School, and their teacher, Matt Reese. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Congratulations on your school being selected to be a National Banner Unified Champion School. Matt, can you explain what this honor is and what it means to the school?
So basically, for the teams that compete in the Unified Program, and that are involved in the Unified Program and other facets throughout the school, can apply to be a banner program. And to do that, you have to meet 10 criteria. And it basically has something to do with the sports, but also just whole school engagement, getting everyone involved. So we looked into what the criteria was, and we worked on things and, things that we had already been doing for years. We could check off, and a couple of things that were good things that we could add to the program, and we met all the criteria. So our application went through, and we were selected as a unified banner school. So we're really proud about the fact that we were given that title, because it means that we involve the whole school in the unified program, and that it encompasses all the students, and that it means a lot to our school. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's got to be the highlight of your time at the school.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the highlights of the whole school year, not just me, but I think everyone there. We had the mayor, school committee was there, and all the administration, students, and everyone enjoyed the celebration, so it was great.
Wow. Matt, how did Cranston West celebrate this honor?
So we had an assembly a couple of months ago. Originally it was supposed to be outside, but it ended up raining, so we had a rain date postponed, and we ended up having it in the auditorium just to make sure we got it in. But we started off, we had a luncheon where we had the unified team members, and they met with, again, the administration, people from central office, Mayor Fung, school committee came, and basically we all had lunch together, and were able to mingle and talk to each other about like what the becoming a unified banner school meant to us. And then we went down to the auditorium, and the whole school, joined us, or as many as we could fit in the auditorium. Again, we didn't have it outside, we had it inside, but we packed the auditorium, and we basically spent the period talking about like what it meant to us, and we had some guest speakers. We had current players, we had former players, we had parents, we had our principal, Denny DeJesus spoke, and everyone kind of talked about what it meant to the school, and whether it be the students specifically, how they grew from the program, to their parents, to the principal just saying what a great honor it is for our school. So,
yeah. Ryan and Victoria, why is inclusion important to you?
Because we get to include people who didn't get to play the sports that they get to do as little kids because they're disabilities. We get to include them here because we actually care about them even though they have disabilities. So we actually let them be part of it. So.
Yeah. What about you, Victoria?
Well, growing up, I always watched everyone be really inclusive with my brother, who he has special needs, and they would always include him in everything they were doing. And I really wanted to make sure that I could be a part of that at Cranston West.
Yeah, it really must inspire you guys to see what these athletes can do with the intellectual disabilities that they have. Yeah. Ryan, what unified sports are offered at Cranston West?
We include volleyball and basketball.
Wow. So I gotta ask, like, which sport are you better at from the two?
If I had to pick a favorite, it would have to be basketball.
Yeah, especially with your height and my height, I think we both would be good at it.
Yeah.
Victoria, how do you feel about being leaders involving the entire school to become inclusive to everyone?
Well, I feel very lucky to be able to be a part of such an amazing organization, and it's really an amazing experience, and just seeing the smiles on everyone's faces, how we all come together as a school to just play our best and work together as a team. It's really a meaningful experience, and I really enjoy being part of the team.
Yeah, and then to hear, of course, of how they do at certain things, whether it's area games or especially with the state summer games, I'm sure it puts a smile on your face. And Ryan, What has been the highlight for you participating in the Unified Champion Schools program at Cranston West?
Congratulating people with whether we win or loss, people who cannot walk, people who cannot do stuff right or not play the sport. We support them in any way, and we teach them how to play it, and we just help them in every way. That's why it's called Special Olympics. That's they're special to the sport and to the school, and we let them be a little popular like us, because they never got to have that chance, and because of us, they did have that chance, and that's what we've been doing since we started this program.
Yeah. Victoria, what do you hope to accomplish in this program in your senior year?
Well, I think that senior year, I really want to make sure that we get more people involved, because I know a lot of times freshmen, incoming freshmen, they don't know as much about the programs as upperclassmen, and I want to make sure that we make them aware about the programs very early on so that they can join, because it's just such an amazing experience, and I think that the longer amount of time that they have in it, the better off they will be.
I'm pretty sure after you guys graduate, you want to continue to see this program continue to get bigger and bigger as the years go by.
Definitely.
Yeah. Now, for all of you, what advice would you give to other schools to become more fully inclusive? Matt?
I think it's just a matter of kind of looking at what other schools do. I think even, at Cranston West, I feel like we do a lot of things well, but, whenever I attend a meeting and I hear what other schools are doing, I try to take some ideas. And it's always about thinking outside the box and just kind of thinking of how can we expand the program, how can we make it better, whether it's something that we kind of come up with ourselves, some ideas we get from other schools, and just kind of continuing things that we're already doing, but just trying to do them better.
And how about you, Ryan?
We're just gonna give schools a chance to let them give the disabled people a chance to play a sport. So they might look disabled on the outside, but on the inside they have they're strong, and they can do the sport. So give them a chance a little bit. They might amaze you a little bit or just surprise you.
And how about you, Victoria?
I think definitely just awareness and making sure everyone is aware of the programs and actually letting them know how much fun we do have and how we all come together as a team and we play the game, and it's just an amazing experience, and just making them aware that it's offered to them.
Well, I thank you, you guys, for coming on the show, and on behalf of all the athletes, we want to congratulate you on this great honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after these messages.
A sense of purpose, responsibility, self-respect, connections, pride in a job well done. Mike is inspired by his work for many reasons, and thanks to the programs of Special Olympics, he's an inspiration to many people. Special Olympics Rhode Island, inspiration for life. A love of nutrition, sharing, teaching, creativity, a genuine concern for the health of others. Many things inspire Megan to be a nutritionist for her fellow Special Olympics athletes. It's just one way she gives back to the organization that inspired her. Special Olympics Rhode Island, inspiration for life.
Welcome back to Special Olympics Rhode Island magazine. Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Powers. Joining me now is Kristen Quinn, who is the Executive Director of the Woonsocket YMCA. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Can you tell me about your involvement with Special Olympics?
I've been involved with Special Olympics for the last 17 years. I started around 2002. I was playing basketball at Providence College, and Stephen Leach and Jay Lesage, they would come to all my games. And one day after the game, Kelly Leach and Mike Leach, they asked me if I wanted to be a part of the Wampanoag Warriors. So I was part of the Wampanoag Warriors as a coach and a unified athlete. For about 8 years, I did basketball and softball.
Oh.
Now, I am, present day, I am volunteering for Special Olympics as one of the unified and traditional basketball referees. And this past Summer Games, I had a really hard job of timing for swim at the state games.
Wow.
So it's been about 17 years.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
And I was one of the swimmers at URI, so I know that
I
must
hope I
be hard.
didn't mess
getting the
up.
timing.
I hope I got it right.
Now, what does your role as Executive Director entail?
My role as Executive Director of the Woonsocket YMCA, it's very busy. I am in charge of all of the departments at the YMCA, the aquatics department, membership, childcare, health and wellness, and our maintenance department. And I also have, I'm heavily involved with fundraising for our Y. We fundraise to make it affordable at no cost for families in Woonsocket to have our Safety Around Water program, which is swim lessons. I'm very passionate about that. I think that all children need to know how to swim, and it's a life-saving skill. It's as important as learning how to cross the street.
Absolutely. Now, I understand you have a strong knowledge of health and wellness and even created a program called Fight for Fitness. What is that?
So Fight for Fitness is a 10-week wellness program. It is exercise and nutrition related. So it's 10 weeks. You exercise 2 days per week for an hour and a half. And the trainer is a certified personal trainer in a small group of 4 or 5 people. So it's not as big as a group exercise class. And you have more of a one-on-one training. We teach the participants how to exercise properly. They learn strength exercises, cardiovascular exercises, and also flexibility exercises that they can do on their own time at home or in the fitness center on their own time. And at the beginning, we do a fitness assessment, a baseline fitness assessment at the beginning, and then at the end, we do the same fitness assessment to see how they've progressed. We also do a body fat assessment to see their overall wellness at the start and at the end of the program.
Oh, okay. And how long is the program?
The program is 10 weeks.
Okay.
You exercise 2 days per week in the program, but you're encouraged to do it outside at least 2 other times outside of the program.
Is there a version of Fight for Fitness that athletes can follow?
There isn't a version of Fight for Fitness that the athletes can follow, but I'm able to build a 10-week program that is suitable for the athletes based on their capabilities. What type of exercise do the athletes do for training for different types of sports?
I know it varies based on what we learn from our teams and what kind of activity we can handle. I know with my team in particular, we'll do some stretching like before we get in the pool, or like and the other sport I do with my team is bowling, so it's really not much to stretch with that. Like I'll do some weightlifting at home, but like sometimes we do things like on our own time. Like some people might go to a gym or a YMCA, mm-hmm. or go for a walk, like and stuff like that. And sometimes like just doing some stretches at home, like stretching the legs, stretching the body, and stuff like that.
Nice. So I'm able to put together a program, whether it's swimming related or track and field or basketball. A lot of them, the training for those sports are similar, but there are different types of exercises and strengthening exercises that you can do for each sport, sport related. So that is something that I'm able to do to help build the athletes' health and wellness.
Oh, okay. Thanks. How will you continue to promote health and wellness through your position at the YMCA?
I am promoting health and wellness in my position right now at our Woonsocket YMCA. I am the evidence-based health initiative ambassador for our association. We have 3 branches, which is the Pawtucket Family Branch, our McCall YMCA branch, and then the Woonsocket branch. So I'm heavily involved in our health and wellness programs. Right now, I still teach 2 group exercise classes a week because I need that. I also am facilitating our Walk with Ease program, which is a walking program for those with arthritis through the Department of Health. And next week, we are starting our Live Strong cancer exercise program at the Woonsocket YMCA, which has been a very good wellness program.
Well, that's great. Now, is that like kind of like a rehab thing, or?
So it is a 12-week program for cancer survivors. From day 1 of the cancer diagnosis, anyone can participate. You get a free membership to the YMCA for 4 months, and it is 2 days a week for an hour and a half. And it's a very supportive environment, and we provide exercise with a certified Live Strong trainer, which is myself and one of my other employees. And we also do a supportive group at the beginning of the session, each class.
Well, that's great. That's great that they have something like that to look forward to as well. Now, I know it's important that when athletes are learning more about our health and our wellness and setting goals, to not focus on the body image, like, example, to be thinner. What is the most important goal that we should be setting for ourselves?
The most important goal that you should be setting for yourself is to keep moving. You should, everyone should have at least 120 to 150 minutes per week of physical activity, moderate to intense physical activity. That's depending on how physically active you are. And that translates into 4 to 5 days per week, 30 minutes of physical activity. And it doesn't have to be 30 minutes. It could be broken up in 3 segments of 10 minutes of physical activity, or it can be 2 segments of 15 minutes. So that's like walking down the block, back and forth, or even gardening. Anything that's moderately physical activity is very important for people of all ages.
And it's great, like that you said, like that you can space it out too. Like I know some people who can do like 1 hour, like every single day, and or some people like what you just said, like with breaking up into small. Like it's good that we have that variety so we don't like try to do too much, right?
Because if somebody decides that they want to start an exercise program or regimen, it's important that you don't start too fast or you don't do too much too quick, because then you either get discouraged, or it's too much for you, or you can get injured. So it's important for it to be slow and steady. So if you cannot do a 30-minute workout or be physically active for 30 minutes, it's all right to do it in 15 minutes or 10-minute segments.
Okay. What are some good exercises we can do when we aren't competing in our sports?
I have lots of them. Walking, jogging, anything that for your cardiovascular health is important. If someone cannot do that, it's okay. You can take low-impact exercising like biking or water aerobics class, yoga. Anything like that is good for your cardiovascular health.
Okay.
I have more.
Oh, go ahead.
Strengthening exercises, it's important for you to strengthen your entire body. So you can do body weight exercise like squats from the chair, standing up and down from the chair, push-ups either on your toes or your knees, and planks, which is good for your overall body. Those are good strength exercises. And then I think that you need to be able to be flexible, because if you're not flexible enough, you can get injured. So yoga, Pilates, classes like that is good for flexibility and also for your overall well-being and mind.
Okay. Now, do you have any nutrition tips to help us through those summer munchies cravings?
I do. If you feel that you are hungry and you've already eaten or you've already had a meal, take a glass of water. Drink a glass of water. If after you drink a glass of water, you're still hungry, then have a snack, a healthy snack. Sometimes a lot of people confuse being hungry and dehydrated, so it's important that we get enough water in our system, especially in the summer months. Also, healthy snacks like pretzels, air pop popcorn, hummus, and whole wheat crackers, those are good healthy snacks. And then most importantly is you should always incorporate a vegetable and fruit into your meals. It's important to get your fruits and vegetables at all meals.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for
You're
joining
welcome.
me. It's a pleasure to have you. We'll be right back after these messages.
A sense of purpose, responsibility, self-respect, connections, pride in a job well done. Mike is inspired by his work for many reasons, and thanks to the programs of Special Olympics, he's an inspiration to many people. Special Olympics Rhode Island, inspiration for life. A love of nutrition, sharing, teaching, creativity, a genuine concern for the health of others. Many things inspire Megan to be a nutritionist for her fellow Special Olympics athletes. It's just one way she gives back to the organization that inspired her. Special Olympics Rhode Island, inspiration for life.
Sport teaches us. When we train, it teaches us to dream. When we struggle, it teaches us determination. When we win, it teaches us joy. And if we lose, sport teaches us the will to try again. Sport teaches us who we really are. Who can benefit most from this lesson? Those of us who are told most frequently that we can't. those of us who are labeled most often by others, those of us who are judged most unfairly, and told that we are this or that. Sport teaches people who they really are, and we teach people sport. We're Special Olympics. Founded by Eunice Kennedy Shriver in 1968, we provide millions of athletes with intellectual disabilities in more than 170 countries the opportunity to experience all the empowering benefits of sport, with over 44,000 competitions a year and World Games every 2 years. And though it all starts with sports, Special Olympics is much more. We're a network of families who share information, understanding, and support. We're Special Olympics Healthy Athletes, the largest provider of free health services for people with intellectual disabilities. We're volunteers and builders of communities, reaching and helping people who would otherwise be forgotten in some of the most neglected areas of the world. We're bridge builders, helping to forge relationships and acceptance between our athletes and young people without intellectual disabilities, teaching them to become leaders in their own right. We're champions and advocates for learning, research, and policy changes across the globe. Most importantly, we're also a catalyst for social change. Because once you see what our athletes are capable of, you start to lose your preconceptions. So sport teaches people who they really are, and we teach people sports. But in the end, it's really they who teach us all. Special Olympics. Be a fan.
Welcome back to Special Olympics Rhode Island magazine. I am Mary Irons, and I want to share with you for some upcoming events that we hope you can join us at. The Young Athletes Summer Program will begin on July 13th. Unified Juniors Program will also begin on July 13th. At Smithfield YMCA, Ross Ocean State, Harley Davidson, and Warwick will host Cop on Top in a summer cruise and in July 13th to benefit Special Olympics Rhode Island from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. On July 16th and 17th, our Unified Fitness Walking Club will begin at Curtis Corner Middle School in Leakin Woods. Pre-registration is required to join one of the clubs. On July 20th, a barbecue smoker challenge will be held at Confederate Farms in Cranston. Event includes games, raffle, prizes, silent auction, and dinner. A new event to benefit Special Olympics will be held the 24-hour torch run be held at Roger Williams Park on August 3rd and 4th. For more information or to purchase tickets for any of these upcoming events, please contact the Special Olympics Rhode Island office at 401-349-4900 or visit our website at specialolympicsri.org. Thank you for joining us. See you next month of another edition of Special Olympics Rhode Island magazine.